This is where we sought shelter for the past couple of weeks. Smack dab in the middle of the South Pacific. A place where the water is so clear you can't tell how deep it really is. A place where time seems to stand still. And for a while, it did. But with cyclone season approaching, we know better than to sit idle. Out here, staying too long can be just as risky as setting sail. So after watching the weather patterns for weeks, we're off.
There's gonna be some big waves. Hey, push hard! Bodhi, what's happened?
There it is!
Whoa, what is it?
The island of Niue lies 800 miles to the west, and being at sea for 7 to 10 days means sailing beyond the edge of any reliable forecast.
It's gonna be a long night tonight. Oh, this is basically what's been going on the last couple hours. Squall.
It was gorgeous this morning, and now it's definitely taking a turn for the not gorgeous. We'll see what happens.
And this time, it didn't take long for things to unravel.
Holy smokes, this is insane. I don't like being near land when it's like this.
We thought we had a good window, but the Pacific had other plans.
All the friends arrived!
It is all of a sudden nasty.
Pull it up, Bodhi. Keep going. Okay, wait for me. Gotta flake the chain.
Why do I have to flake it?
Because it gets too big of a pile. Okay, keep going. Stop. I knew having kids would be useful.
I see the anchor.
High five! That's your first ever anchor pull. Okay, yep. Put the remote back.
So this pass is not a joke, as we just said to each other. It's not a joke, this one. There's bommies on the inside that you have to weave around, and then you got to go into like the most narrow pass I think we've ever gone through. So you just have to be careful. It's not hard. We've got great conditions, great light, but we're trying to film and get a drone shot and I'll do all that. And so this is where an extra pair of hands would come in really handy. Those kids need to grow up, man. Come on, Bodhi and Willa, let's get flying drones. All right, I gotta go up front and take this seriously.
We've navigated dozens of passes over the past year, each one different, each one demanding its own kind of respect. We've been slapped by standing waves, spun sideways by currents, but this is on a whole nother level.
Hey, go for it!
Here in Maupiha, the current doesn't just run, it rips. You're moving with it almost at the same speed as the outflow. That means basically no water flowing past the rudders, which means almost no steerage.
There's gonna be some big waves. Hey, push hard!
It's kind of like driving a car without touching the wheels. And in a place this tight, that's a bit of a problem. Plenty of boats have hit the coral head on the inside. Some get pushed onto the sides of the pass. The stakes are real, and this pass is one we'll always remember.
We're a few hours out of Maupiha. You definitely can't see it anymore, so we must be about between 15 and or so miles out. But check out that thing. I think we're gonna be getting wet here. I didn't think I needed to turn on radar so soon, but I definitely am gonna check this out and see how close it is so we know when to batten down. I don't see a great way around it, but I'm gonna go see which way it's moving and try and figure it out.
It's been a while. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a marlin.
Oh no!
No.
Fish on! Come on, fish, get yourself off! Don't take our lure. You need gloves, dude. I hope you got some. Well, that's good. I bet he took your new lure, though.
You still got the lure, man. That's awesome. Feel that? Feel that right there, Bodhi?
Yeah.
See, that's the bill. That's the nose of the marlin hit the lure right there and scuffed it. You want to feel it, Willa? We don't like catching marlin. One, it's a lot of meat. It's a ton of meat. Two, they're somewhat dangerous with their bills. You have to be really careful. And third, It's a big fish, so it's the top of the food chain, which means it is a high mercury content fish. You can have them, but you don't want to eat them for like months and months.
Or every day.
Or every day. We also don't have that much freezer space.
Let's catch a smaller tuna, please. We're out of fish.
We're out of fish. Small tuna is that order. All right, put her back in gear.
Whoa. I actually would prefer a mahi-mahi. I haven't had one in a while. A wahoo would also be nice. No marlin. We usually run hand lines when we're going super fast sailing, and when we're motor sailing, like we are right now, fishing rod all the way. I was just saying, we've never had smart radar before, and when did it get so smart? And Ben's like, it's not that smart, but we'll have to wait and see.
The radar says there's a squall up here that has 47...
dangerous squall.
47 knots in it. Ashley's like, drop the sails. I'm like, no, that's ridiculous. I'll show you. I'll show you what it looks like.
Okay, but if it was actually 47 knots, you should drop the sails.
Yes, but I don't believe the instruments.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that looks like a small rainstorm. Nice little boat rinse is what that is.
It doesn't look very nice. You should have seen it from far away. I videoed it. It was like really yucky, but it's gotten bigger. Just like I thought it would.
Oh, this is basically what's been going on the last couple of hours. Squall, then sunny, and then squall and rain. And then you open everything up because it's too hot. Then you close everything up. Yeah, this is just the system that we're going through to get into the trade winds. We're in this no wind zone. Anytime there's no wind, whether you're in the equator or the SPCZ zone or wherever, you're going to have squally conditions. Got some mopping up to do. There's water pouring everywhere. This is literally like 20 minutes later. It's amazing how fast the ocean can change. We're now charging along at 6 to 8 knots. It's bouncy. There's a new underlying swell. The ocean changes really, really fast. You go from like calm motor sailing to, oh heck, we're actually sailing. How cool is that? Yeah, it always keeps you on your toes out here. I don't know if this is a new pattern or if this is just this big squall. Sometimes you don't know which way the wind is coming from or what's influencing what, because we got a big squall behind me there that I just went through. And then there's more on the horizon, so you can kind of see the sun starting to set underneath them. I think this is the start of the new wind pattern. It's just slowly starting to pick up, or actually quite quickly starting to pick up. We're all of a sudden in 10 to 15, whereas before we were only in 4 knots, 3 knots. All right. Time for dinner. Feed the little goblins and put them to bed. All right, we've run all night and all of yesterday with the bat and half poking out the back. I think it's time to pull it out. It's only going to get like bigger seas from here on out because there's a big system rolling up from the south. So unfortunately, I've left it till sunset, but that's okay. It's a beautiful setting to be doing this. You can kind of see the batten right there. I drop it down and then pull the batten out the front. I don't want to go up on this hard top. I've actually gotten knocked off this hard top before. That's not cool. It's not a safe place to be. It should be easy. It should be easy. Got a decent sized swell developing here. This is gonna get bigger and bigger over the next couple of days. There's a swell coming up from the south. It's gonna roll in to 2.5 meters. It's half a meter, 1 meter right now. Not very big. Man, of course this won't come down now. Ugh. The problem is there's so much pressure in this sail sometimes that it's hard to get down. Okay. Oh man, it's gonna be really hard. Got it. I got it out. This is good. This means we don't have to do emergency procedures in the middle of the night. We have a beautiful sunset happening out front, and the mainsail's back up. Looks a little wonky back there with that batten missing, but that's okay. We're going downwind. Moon's up. We're gonna have a bit of a light tonight, which is nice. As for fish, we are at a whopping count of 0 still. I put on the bigger jet head, hoping to attract some bigger fish, but still nothing. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days, but as the weather calms down, the wind calms down, the waves increase. I know it's odd. The waves are increasing, but the wind is decreasing. It's just the southern ocean lows, they really influence the ocean state out here. But it also influences how much fish you catch, because the bigger the sea state often, the better the fishing, because the fish can't see the leader, and it gives the lure more action. I think we're ready to put some tuna in the freezer. The freezers are getting emptier and emptier, so it's not the sorcerer. The sorcerer hasn't been deployed, but this guy is equally, I think, as deadly with its double-rigged hook, J-hooks. See what happens. But at nighttime, we don't fish. It's too dark. If you get something on, someone could go overboard, so lures come in at night. And with that, I'll sign off. I'll catch you guys later.
So we've just arrived in Tonga, and every time we get to a new country, the first thing you start looking for is to get a new SIM card. It is epic. You have to bring your passport. You have to go wait in these huge lines at the local carriers. Grand total, you got to allot like an hour to an hour and a half to just get a SIM card. But we don't really do that anymore.
Getting connected in a new country is usually a pain. Find a local telecom, get some local currency, show them your passport. Yeah, you need a passport.
I don't know why it takes so long.
We've done it more times than we can count.
And then you are finally connected in the country that you're in.
We've stopped doing that altogether. We started using something called Holafly. Holafly offers a monthly plan eSIM subscription. You can stay connected in over 160 countries. One plan, one eSIM, total freedom. There's no SIM cards, no waiting, no fumbling, no coverage maps. You install it once and you're good to go. We're on the unlimited plan and it works everywhere we sail. If you're a lighter user, you can try using the light plan, which gives you 25 gigs, still quite a bit of data. So whether you're sailing, traveling, or just working remotely like we do, Holafly is awesome and it keeps you connected. If you use our link down below, you get 10% off on Holafly plans and 5% on any other eSIMs from Holafly. Now back to the video. We're gonna go to this beautiful beach, which we'll show you in an upcoming episode.
Bodhi, what's happened? What is it? You need some gloves, old man?
Wow, it's tight.
We haven't caught a fish this passage. We've had a few strikes.
I'm gonna let it tire out a little bit because it might be off. No, it's still on. It's not huge.
Oh, good. I don't want huge.
It's not on the surface yet, though. What happens is they start to ski on the surface. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
There it is. Whoa!
Whoa, what is it?
Hey, it's a wahoo.
Woohoo! Wahoo! Those make great tacos and fish sticks. Yay!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Well, we get a fish that is like crazy.
I need the gaff over there.
I'll get the gaff. I'll get the gaff. Woohoo!
I think it's a barracuda.
Oh my goodness!
It's a huge barracuda, I think.
No way!
Holy smokes, that thing's huge. That's not good. We can be in the middle of nowhere, thousands of miles from land, and this still gets us going. Every single time a fish hits, we face each other like lunatics, grinning, yelling. It never gets old. Ashley calling out recipes, fish tacos, grilled, maybe curry, while I'm trying to keep it on the line. It's simple, really, really simple. A hand line of fish, but somehow it resets everything. It takes us from autopilot to alive. All right, there he goes. What did you think of that barracuda?
It was massive and poisonous, and it didn't like it.
Did you want it for dinner?
No! Barracudas are poisonous, and you don't eat them.
And they're stinky fish. Some people love barracuda. Whenever we've been catching barracuda and people have been eating them, people only eat the little ones. Like that was one of the biggest barracudas I've seen in a while.
What we've experienced in the islands, like especially in like Papua New Guinea, they love the head of fish like that because they make soup, fish soup out of it, and the head is like their favorite part. So, you know, each culture to their own.
Night doesn't really fall out here. It creeps in, one shade darker at a time until you're just floating in black. The sea doesn't calm with the dark, it gets worse, more chaotic, less predictable. You can't really film it, not properly. The camera smooths it all out. We move through it, we eat, we sleep, barely, we hold on, and eventually we adjust. Our bodies give in before our mind does, and that's how you know. You're not in control out here. You're just allowed to pass through.
I normally make like these crazy healthy muffins for the kids. Like no sugar or anything. And tonight I made cinnamon buns with dairy-free. But you can't see anything because this is a stinking boat oven. And the kids love waking up to a special treat. And it's been so good on this passage. I don't even know if Will's ever had a cinnamon bun because they're always full of butter, right? Oh yeah. Boat ovens are the worst. They're always hot. Anyway, we've got 2 gas cans, but I know we're on our last one. I already emptied one, and I've been worried about it all passage. Hopefully we don't run out. Especially in the middle of the night when I'm trying to cook cinnamon buns. Fingers crossed. Turn it up a little. I'm off to bed. We just finished a jibe, and now we're pointing at Niue a little bit better. I think tomorrow's going to be awful, and I think the kids are going to love the little treat I made for them. Look, and they're dairy-free, so Willa can eat them. And for once, I'm happy the weather forecast was wrong. Like no wind, we were probably gonna be motoring, following winds, motoring dead downwind, maybe flying the spinnaker, let's face it. But it's been so fluky, we were nervous about it, and then all of a sudden, the weather changed, it started blowing, it picked up. It's gorgeous following seas, it's beautiful out here. Every now and then we get super lucky and the forecast is wrong and it's just amazing. And a lot of the time, it's the opposite. But yeah, it's a stunner today, and check out these sails. It just is working. It doesn't always work wing on wing, and it's working today. There we go. Hello, sails. So yeah, forecast. Rarely right.
Out here, the ocean is calm again, at least for now. And that's sailing around the world in a nutshell. Sheer terror, followed by stillness, then beauty, then sunsets, then moonrises, and then out of nowhere, a hit of adrenaline again. It's not predictable, but it's addictive. Addictive because you're in control. Sometimes every split-second decision carries real consequences.
All set.
Yep, second reef, baby. We're going through a front right now, so it's just going to pick up tonight. I talked about reefing, so that means we should reef. The boat feels pretty loaded up. And like for us now, it's like we can tell when the boat's loaded up. We're doing 8-9 knots through the water. That's like our max boat speed anyways. So you're not going to gain anything in terms of speed. Might as well throw a reef in, do the same amount of speed, but have less load on the boat and the crew. So.
It's generous of him to put the reef in before he goes to sleep. Making the creaky sound. Always have to ease the main sheet a little when you reef.
I'll show you. So that's what 2 reefs looks like. We always put the reef in first at the head. So we do the lower front reefing line. Then we pull up the halyard on the front. And then we do the aft reefing line to stretch out the foot of the sail. And you always want the aft reefing line to be super tight. So you want the actual reefing line to be basically touching the boom as it is there. The grommet needs to be touching the boom right there, because otherwise you're going to get a chafe on the aft reefing line and it will blow that aft reefing line out. Anyways, I'm going to bed. This is all Ashley's problem unless she has to reef, and then I'll wake up.
I think putting the reef in tonight for him was a little self-serving so he could sleep better. Ben, you're late to bed, you gotta go. He has to get up at 2. And it's hard for me to stay up much past 2, but I can if I need to. And there's like no traffic out here. There's no islands out here. And really, you can check every now and then for a light you won't see. Or the AIS that will not have a target. This is offshore, easy sailing. You can set it to even sail by the wind, and then you don't even have to worry about setting your course. You just might end up sailing off to Timbuktu. We are about to get rolled by this thing. You know, we're surfing down the waves now at 10 knots, and 5 minutes ago we weren't. The wind shifts that we see inside these squalls are super intense. When you have these wind shifts, you get shifts on the sea state as well. So now we're going down the waves at different angles. And we used to be pointing towards Palmerston Island, which we are trying not to run into. That's Palmerston right there. And when you zoom out, and some people will actually sail, I mean, you want to see where you're going and how far it is. But if you zoom out, those don't show up. And that little bit, that is Beveridge Reef. When we were there last time, there was a catamaran who actually ran into it because they hadn't zoomed in and hadn't seen it.
I've got my drogue ready again. And literally I could just toss this if I needed to. But I won't yet. I'm going pretty quick though.
It's so bad out now that woke Ben up. I said this is a nightmare. Ben said this is sailing. You having fun yet?
Yeah, it's called Operation Undies.
Hey, at least you put undies on. Ben has decided he cannot sleep in this. And he's sending me to bed, which I think I'm fine with, but we'll see if I can sleep. But it is like adrenaline that keeps you going through these kind of things. So typically, you don't fall asleep. You know, wish us luck. Hopefully we don't need that drogue, and hopefully we don't need that ditch bag Ben just put back together and under the table. And we'll see you guys in the morning. Good night.
It's gonna be a long night tonight. I'm just put in the third reef because we hit 30 knots. We're doing over 10 knots boat speed. You can't see it, but the seas are gonna build tonight. This kind of wind. It's got a handkerchief of a mainsail now. That's our entire mast up there. The moon has just set in front of us, and behind us we have the sun coming up. Guess it's time to put the lures out, hey? Time to catch some tuna. Woo! We are just screaming this morning. Wow. So what's going on is there's a front coming in. I got all the sail up. I got full main, full Genoa. I literally want to get into the lee of Niue before the wind switch and we have headwinds. We're sitting here, morning coffee. It's really windy, but there's some crazy stuff happening. This front's gonna roll over Niue just as we're arriving, and then the wind's gonna clock from, what's it right now, northeast?
Yeah.
To north, to west, to south, and then rebuild from the southeast. So we're trying to figure out whether we go around the northern side of Niue or the southern side. And there's this swell coming from the north now. And then the other thing that's factoring into this is lightning. There's huge amounts of lightning. Just look at this map right here. This is Niue right there. And this whole front right here is going to have lightning in it. Red is not good. That's heavy thunder, it says. That means we'll have zero visibility.
I mean, if it does go west, we can always hang off the southwest corner of Niue before we pull in if it's really, really bad.
Yeah, there's the waves that we're thinking about, and also the predominant winds. I don't like being near land when it's like this. I don't mind being out at sea. That's fine. The boat's not going to sink out at sea, but near land is
I am a little bit worried about being out at sea when there's like that much lightning and you're the only boat. It's like the only stick in the air.
We have a lot of mobile tablets and computers that we navigate with, so we can basically throw everything in the oven, which is a Faraday cage, and insulates us from lightning. It's crazy because you look around and there's blue sky everywhere.
Sure is a nice day. for us.
We'll see what happens. I'll show you what it looks like outside right now. It's pretty wild in how nice it is. I mean, that's behind us. And then in front of us, there's supposed to be a front coming in 3 hours. And I can't see shit. I can see everything. Like I can't, you know what I mean.
The weather is definitely taking a turn. It was gorgeous this morning and now it's definitely taking a turn for the not gorgeous. We'll see what happens. And this is what's coming. This giant squall thing. I'll turn the camera on for you guys. So it's like a line of front. I think where it's got rain in it right there, but I can't tell. I'm not sure if radar's picking up land or rain. And I think I saw the first sign of lightning over that way. So not really the way you want to come into a place, but yeah. Land ho!
Land ho! Ho ho land!
Oh, it always is good to see it. I couldn't even see it a second ago, and it's not far. I was wondering when we would, bump into it.
Wow, this is so ghetto. So ghetto.
My sewing machine is holding up our table. We have other problems.
That's
too.
her excuse.
I cannot get it out. There's no way.
We need a new top so bad.
I have the material. I just have to sew it.
And if you look really closely, you can see land, a really low-lying land off in the distance. So we'll see what happens here, but we're hearing thunder. We're seeing some flashes. It's definitely active, this front. But we went around the north part of the island because it was supposed to die as it goes north. Sort of dying, sort of died. Making it a better, safer choice than going around the south part, because once you're around the south part, it's supposed to rebuild. Better to be on a lee shore in a dying breeze than on a lee shore in a building breeze. But the rollers aren't too bad, it's just bouncy. And we'll be okay. I think, as long as you don't get hit by lightning. Holy smokes!
It is all of a sudden nasty. It's crazy. And of course our band's coming out. We're dead into the wind. We've got about an hour till, well, not at this speed. At this speed we're gonna take 2. I'll bump it up in a minute here. We're so close. We're right here and we just have to make it around and then we're there. It is raining!
Woo! All the friends arrived! Look at this! Wow! Whoa, that is so cold! We dropped all the sails are down. Oh, it's sunny and blowing like 30 right now.
We were just miles from Niue, but the ocean wasn't quite finished with us yet. The cold downdraft hits you first, then the rain, and finally the wind starts to howl. The seas stand up and suddenly you're in it. It's moments like these that remind you, out here, everything can change in an instant. But it also reminds you why you came. To feel the weather, to earn the landfall, to live a life where you're not just watching it from behind glass. It's humbling, it's powerful, and in some strange way, it's a gift, because this doesn't happen all the time.
It is wild out there right now. I wish my husband would put on a freaking life jacket. What a ding dong.
Holy smokes! I am so glad we're in the right now. We're only about 5 miles out. Really go that quickly. Ow! I go back inside. That was like less than a mile, dude.
Look out the window. It's like a show outside. It's better than Moana. Do you guys see that flash? Well, guys.
Niue. Well,
Well.
it looks like we're still at sea, but
Niue.
Niue. It's a really flat island.
Whoa, it's
it's-
really rolly anchorage.
Completely open to the west, and there's a bit of westerly direction in the swell right now, so
We're rolling
we'll
hard.
roll for a day or 2 here.
Yeah, it's kind of epic, the roll. I've not been in an anchorage this rolly in a very, like ever. I apparently forgot to do all the paperwork. I just didn't think there was any to do, and so Ben's been busy trying to catch that up.
I sent the paperwork in after we arrived. It's supposed to be pre-arrival. I said,
I
apologies.
said to Ben, it's so weird. There's no ANA, advance notice of arrival
I
here.
just apologized. I didn't make up a story.
You know,
thought
you
about
could
it.
just say my wife said there was nothing, and clearly there was. Look at that boat roll. That might give you an idea. Well, we don't even have a Q flag. We are the worst.
Our key flag disintegrated.
Yeah, we've been flagless for like a year and a half. It's pretty bad. Here we are. It's rough here, but we're here. Yay! Thank you.
High five.